Tonight, the story of Leeroy Jenkins, the man who got famous for prematurely ejaculating himself onto the face of battle. He is Ben Schultz, a regular guy from Lafayette, Colorado, only an hour's drive from Balloon Boy's house as it happens. At the time, he was 24 years old and earning his degree in electrical engineering. So, Ben and a few of his mates got drunk one night on 40s and decided to make a guild. They settled on the most sarcastic name they could think of, Pals for Life. But they needed more people to join so they could raid. So they made this video. Yes, it's staged. The guild admitted it. So it goes on, they get 720 no-scoped by the Welks. Here, I made a map so you can see what it looks like without all the chaos. Find a full version on my second channel. As soon as they uploaded it, the views went bananas. Leeroy became a star, baby.
Where heroes like Leeroy Jenkins do battle. That would be the world of war crap.
But fame was a cruel mistress to Leeroy, taking as much as she gave. People started to follow him around in the game. They would camp outside UBRS, hoping he would show up. He would get hundreds of whispers every day. Some like this, but mostly like this. He even had a stalker who would follow him day in and day out trying to find personal information. In those days, WoW didn't allow cross-server play either, so that meant huge queues and wait times. And when you got in, there were even bigger problems. Loot lag, rollback, disconnection, which meant re-queuing. And Leeroy's video was attracting tens of thousands of new players to his server. It was beginning to impede the way he played the game. Worse, it wasn't the kind of fame that allowed him to get rich either. It was meme fame. He and his guild tried to make money by selling merch, but they had trouble with Blizzard's copyright, so the best they could do was sell shirts with Ben's face on it. They didn't sell very well. They invited him to host at BlizzCon.
Alright, I was cannon rushing, just being a jackass, just drinking.
It went okay. Ben was offered a job at EA, but he turned it down because the pay wasn't great, and it was only a 6-month contract that would require him to move across the country. Meanwhile, Blizzard sees the popularity of Leeroy and pumps out figurines and lore. Ever notice how Leeroy gets whiter over time? Interesting. They even make him into a quest, but it's voiced by some random guy. Ben decides to send an email to Blizzard and say, hey, what about me? So they let him VO for it. And then, that's it. He was invited to a few other events. But that's about all the recognition offered him. Meanwhile, Pals for Life had become the most attractive guild on the server. And it was turning into a veritable bukkake of success, with glistening splashes of legendary items and trophies glazing its founders. We'll be right back.
Police are on the lookout for Leeroy Jenkins Jr. of Jacksonville. They now have a first-degree murder warrant out for the 43-year-old.
But back to Ben Schultz. During an interview, he says he's working on a new viral video that will be out by the end of the year. But instead of another viral hit, he dies. Okay, no, he didn't die. But he did quit the game. He was bored with it. All of his friends were. Jamal and Anthony quit in 2007, and Abdul in 2008. It seems that Pals for Life really meant pals for about 2 years. Leeroy comes back in 2011, but he doesn't stay around for long. He doesn't even play his own quest. 2011, he makes an appearance in a fake trailer called The Chronicles of Rick Roll. A full version of the movie, of course, is never to be made.
All right, chums. Let's do this.
But in that same year, he gets a proper brush with Hollywood. The Warcraft movie is announced. One of the first versions of the script, here, features Private Jenkins, a rogue soldier who breaks rank and charges into battle before he should. But before production, they cut him from the script. No Leeroy. They do invite him to the premiere, though. Here he is with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Jamie, I hear you've been yelling Leeroy Jenkins all day.
Yeah, we're
Yeah, I'd love to hear your best one. All right,
ready?
3, 2, 1. I got a surprise for you, though.
Yeah, I know.
All right, chums, let's do this.
All around me are familiar faces.
Pleasure to meet you, by the way.
The movie did alright. In China. So they'll probably make a sequel. And if they do, it'd be nice to see Ben make a cameo. Ben has gone back to his regular life as an electrician. And that's the story so far. The man, the meme, the icon of internet history, Ben Schultz. Good night.
Alright, I'm going to the store now. Back in 3 minutes.
Alright, no problem. I'll just be here doing my research. Ooh. Oh yeah. Ooh. Oh yeah. Ooh.